Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about a new thing which is encapsulation. So what is encapsulation? So let's see a example. We all know that how that capsule is medicine capsule doctor gave us. So in this capsule we know that there is a outer layer of the capsule which is in the uh, basically plastic or something. So this is the outer layer, and when I open this capsule or we divide this capsule in two parts, then the original medicine will come from the capsule. So here is the same thing, but in different way obviously. Now we'll see that how encapsulation will work in Python. Okay. So first we can see that there is two file, like one name is account.py and another name is mainapp.py. So there is two file. So in this first file we can see some methods here, but we can see a class which name is, first we can see a class which name is bank account, right? So we know that when we declare a class we have to declare this method, this dunder method. So let's open this first. So in this dunder method we can see that there is some parameters, right? Name is self is constant and then name and balance. Okay. So now came to here. So when we can see that there is a self dot name whose name is name and self dot balance. But what is this? This is not a space. This is underscore underscore, means this is double underscore equal to balance. And these parameters I write here. So this is called private attribute and this thing is called, this is called public attribute and this thing is called private attribute. So what is public and why this is private? We will know, we will definitely know here. So first we can see that why this is private. So when we write underscore underscore before something, that's make private attribute. And we encapsulate, this is actually encapsulation. We encapsulate these things in here. Okay, we will see step by step. So here it is clear, this is private attribute and this is a public attribute and this is a private attribute. Now come to here. In this method we can see that there is method name is get underscore balance and this returns something. What is returning? This returns self dot underscore underscore balance, means these things is returned by this method. Okay. Now came to these methods. One is deposit and second is withdraw. We will come to know after some time. So first is deposit and this is withdraw. And this is get balance, means when we are in our bank account, there is some balance, there is some amount. So this is that balance amount that which we have in our account, in our bank account, and now we want to deposit something and then we want to withdraw some money. Okay, let's see the deposit method. In this deposit method we can see that if the amount is greater than 0, obviously, because if the amount is less than 0 it can't work, means we can't deposit something. So this has to be greater than 0. So if the amount is greater than 0, then the self dot underscore underscore balance plus equal to amount, means which balance we have in our account, this amount will add with this balance, means this amount will add our balance bank account. And then we print this amount and here we take a format string and we print this amount. In the else part we print the invalid deposit amount, means if the balance in the amount will be less than 0, which is not possible, then it shows that invalid deposit amount. I think this is clear. Now came to withdraw part. Okay, so in this withdraw part we want to withdraw something, we want to withdraw some amount which is in the balance, means the main balance and with the deposit amount balance, means the total balance. We withdraw something. So here it is a condition, if the amount is less than equal to balance, then self dot underscore underscore balance minus equal to amount. Obviously, the amount has to be less than equal to balance. If this withdraw amount is greater than equal to balance, this will not work, right? So now we print these things, print this amount, means print this withdraw amount, and then in the else part, here is insufficient balance, means if the withdraw amount is more than our bank balance, then we can't withdraw something. Yes, it is obviously. And now, okay, let's close this also. And now came to here. So this is called talk about some bank charges. What is bank charges? So when we withdraw some amount from ATM, I think we all know that. If you don't know that, you please check this. Obviously, please check this. So when we want to withdraw some money from our from ATM in our bank account, from our bank account, so when we withdraw 5 times in a month, then when we go for withdraw the 6th time in a month, then the bank will charge 27 rupees. It may varies in different banks, but every bank will charge some money. So here I take that money as 50 for easy to understand actually. So when we withdraw some things, the bank will charge some money in certain point. So, but this is the internal thing. We can't see that. The bank will charge us money internally. When we withdraw this money, then we get a receipt, and then we see that bank will charge this 27 rupees. So, but we can't see this. We can't input this, but we can't see anywhere this. The bank will apply this in privately. So this is the private account, means this is the private thing. And now this method, you may think that why this method is important. Okay, here we can see, we will talk about this, then this is completely clear to you. So what did we can see here? So this is a method which name is process underscore month underscore end, and in this method we call this method, means apply bank charges method, we call this method in this method. So why we call this method? Let's see here, then we will understand it properly. Okay, let's come to the top. So here we can see that from account import bank account, means from this file account, this account we import this class which name is blank account. So this is the file name and this is the class name. And now we take a object, means when we declare a class we have to take a object. So this object name is ACC, and we pass this bank account class here, and we pass two things. One is name, which is I pass Gargi, and second is the balance, means in the first time which balance had in our account. So I take here 1000 rupees. Now we see this part, then we want to deposit something and we want to withdraw something. So here we can see that account dot deposit, we want to deposit 500 and we want to withdraw 300 rupees, and we want to print this. So we print the balance, means 1000 plus 500 minus 300, and we want to print this balance to call this function. Which function? This get balance function. We call this. I think this is clear to you. This is very easy. Now came to the encapsulation part. So when we encapsulate anything, this is a private thing. I told you, this is the name is public, this balance is private. So this is the private thing, means the balance, when we use underscore underscore before balance, the balance make private. So when we use the private thing, we can't call it directly. That's how it's work. I write this same thing. The trying to access the private method, when we write this, means when we call this method directly, it shows us error. Why? So in case of private method, we create an object. In case of private method, we create an object of a class, and can object of a class, here is the object. We cannot call this private method directly. We cannot call this private method directly. So now how it works? We have to write a public method, and in the public method we have to call this private method, and then in this portion we have to call this public method. That's how it works. Means, let's clear it in another time. So if we call this private method, then it didn't work. It won't work. It shows us error. But when we write this private method in a public method, and we call that public method here, then it works. I did the same thing. I write a public method and I call this private method in the public method, and I call this public method here with the help of this, means with the help of this object, and we print these things. We print the get balance, means after charging the bank, after charging some money from the bank, which balance we get, means our total balance, that is this. So now see what is happening. Let's run the code. Here it is. We deposit 500, we withdraw 300, and the balance is 1200. Is it? So we had the balance 1000. So we had the balance 1000, and we deposit 500 and we withdraw 300. Now the balance is 1200, and then bank charges applied. Here it is, the bank charges applied, and the final balance is 1150. So this is the total thing. This is the encapsulation thing. I think this is clear to you. Okay. In the next day we will talk about another function. So thank you so much.